What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. So, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make something like this using Google Slides. It's a daily agenda for the next school year. If you want to use it, you can always go to my link and go to the link in the description of this video, and you can find this link. So, before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified every single time I upload a brand new video. And as always, stay positive and stay happy. Now, let's get on with today's video. As I mentioned, today we are going to be making this beautiful, wonderful Google slide presentation that I have decided to come up with and build up. So, let's go ahead and let's really get started. So the first thing you need to have is a blank Google Slide presentation. Now it is very important that you have this because if you want to make your slides, of course you need a blank Google Slide presentation or Canvas. So now let's get on to it. We're gonna first drag the two boxes so we can delete them. When we drag it from the corners, it selects everything. Now we're gonna click delete. The next thing we are going to add is a background. So if we go to background, choose image, it will take a little while for me. Google Images, and then what you're going to type in is you're going to type in this wall floor. Now I recommend you choose something like this, maybe this, or this, maybe this as well. And that's all I really want you to choose. You could choose those four selections, but I'm gonna choose something like this so it looks a little more realistic, like we're in a realistic classroom. So we're gonna hit insert, then we're gonna click done. Now your background should look like this, and it should not move on any circumstances whatsoever. Now what I added here is I added a whiteboard, and that's what I'm going to do next. So I don't know why it's not loading for me, but to do that, go to insert image. So on my end, like since it's a new update, now it's called stock and web. But for you, I think so. Let me actually go back. So insert image. So yeah, it's like the same thing. Yours might say search the web. If yours does say that, that means yours is not like updated yet. So I'm gonna go to insert image, stock and web. So it's basically like all the images you would get on Google, like from the web. So I'm gonna type in transparent whiteboard. Oops. Like this. It will look something like this. I'm gonna choose this right here, the first one. Um, and yes, this has this white background. All I'm gonna do is just double click to crop it. I could just take off the background from there. You have to be very careful about your sizes and how are you going to kind of resize your backgrounds if you want the white background to be off. So yeah, yours should look like this right after. Look like you got it from the web. So kind of play around with the size to the size you want. I'm going to widen it a little bit like this. Just widen it back like that. Not too much, but like widen it like this. And there we go. Just like that. It looks very good. Now, the next thing I added on this slide, which you're going to get, and you can delete this message and my Bitmoji, is if I move my Bitmoji, I added this window with this outside background. And to get that, all you have to do is just go to insert image, insert image, stock and web. So basically type in the same thing, keep the word transparent, but delete the word whiteboard. Instead, replace it with the word window. So your search should be transparent window. Or if possible, you want to look on the Google web. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Welcome to the power of Google, a search engine where you can search anything you want, but nothing inappropriate. This is where I actually find all my images. So when you go to Google, search this up is what I'm highlighting. What I'm highlighting is what I want you to search up. It's called transparent window. And I recommend you choose something like this or this. I'm going to choose this for instance, just because. I'm going to right click, copy image, and I'm going to go back into my Google slide. Then I'm going to paste in my image. So what I'm showing you right now is if you see a white background like this, you could always find a website to remove a background. But what I like to do, I like to just double click on an image and I just like to crop it out. So like there's no background after. Unfortunately, that might not be the case for majority. So I'm going to show you if you want to, you could do that, but majority of you might not like that method. But if you want a real method, I'm going to show you a website where you can remove a background. Welcome to remove.bg, where you can remove images from your background, just like how you remove images from like a a different website. But this one I absolutely recommend. I used it for months. I actually used it. I've used this app for literally 2 years, and it's literally so simple. This is all you have to do. Come back into your Google and just type in the same thing if you did close out the tab like I did. So I'm gonna choose like I chose here. All I'm gonna do is click on it to drag and drop it inside of the website. When I drag it, it'll say drop image anywhere. And now let the magic do its thing. And also, by the way, the requirements and what this website supports is PNG and JPEG. If it's anything other than PNG or JPEG, it's not going to support it, and it won't remove the background for you. It's going to give you an error where it says not supported or it's not working. So after you have your background all completed off, all you're going to do is right click, copy the image, come back into Google Slides, and paste it in. Now, if you have really bad laggy issues, it will take a lot of time. But if you don't, congratulations, you have the power of internet. I'm just going to paste it manually like that. So there you go. There is your window. I think I'm going to move this a little like that. Okay, so I'm gonna resize this, maybe crop it out a little bit. So to crop out an image in Google Slides, click on an image, double click, and it will show the cropping feature. Please do not use the blue, don't use these blue squares because it does have you make a mistake. Just use the black one, the black thingies to take off a background and start cropping an image. Now I'm going to resize it like so. So resize it. And yes, this is a long process. You'll have to go to different websites to get different things. And I know it is a lot, but we got this. You guys, we got this. So after you have this whole thing here, and this actually is going to be really like a full part. So right here, then you're going to go outside of Google Slides instead of using the stock and web. We're going to go here and we're going to type in like a lake or beach, maybe a forest. I'm going to put beach. background, and make sure you put in background. Because if you don't put background for whatever you're searching, then it's not going to work for you. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to choose the sixth one on the horizontal. So this is the image I want. You could also use like different websites to find all your images as well. I just like to search like Google and all that. So you're going to right click when you're done, copy your image, and you're going to go back into your Google Slides. And it does take time for those of you that have really strong internet, well, that has really low internet. And you're going to paste your image just like that. And there your image is right here. I'm going to resize it just like so. And also, by the way, to make your slide, the reason why it does take time is because you want it perfect. Now, I get it. You are just like me. If you want something perfect, come to the club because it's all about perfection. Well, you want it perfect. Nothing is perfect, but you want it perfect, and that's fine. So once you cover your entire, hold on, hold on. So you have to resize your image and then kind of have it covered, resize it, play with the size to have it cover the entire window. And that's how it's gonna work. Let me see, just get that on there. Oh, that's fine. So now we're gonna right click on that image and we're gonna go to order and we're gonna send backward. So now it looks like when you're opening a window, you see a beautiful background. I'm actually gonna take this off. Now I'll just do the same thing. Okay, this is what your image is supposed to look like. I know it's a little bit off, but when I cover it with my Bitmoji, it won't look as off. So, yeah. Okay, I just had to resize that because that looked a little bit too big. So, I just kind of did that. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is we are going to add our Bitmoji. So, this is the Bitmoji. All you have to do to get access to Bitmoji, it's on mobile or desktop. So, where I got mine, I got it off of the Chrome web extension. You could also get it on your, you can also just kind of search up the website in order to get access to it. But I like to do it that way. So, this is what it's supposed to look like. So I'm having it look. So when you're logged in and you have the Bitmoji, yours should really be you should have access to it using like a different website, Google Slides, Google Docs, Google Forms, Google Sheets. Like it's something like that you could obviously do. See, I'm kind of waiting. Hold on. I'll be right back so this can like load for me. Okay, I got it loading. So here it is. I gotta open it. Okay, so this is what you'll see as soon as you're done logging into your Bitmoji or you create an account. You'll see this big red border where it says recent. So all your Bitmojis that you have recently used will go under recents. All of the popular ones will go under this blue border with the white text that says popular. So all the popular Bitmojis that a lot of teachers use and students, of course. So where I got this image, all I searched up was Wave in order to get access to that. That's all I searched up, and I'm just kind of waiting for it to like load for me. So when you search a Wave, you do see a lot of really good results, but the one I'm really interested is the one here. It's like almost to the very end where it's right here. So I'm gonna drag that over. You could always copy and paste it, but I like to just drag and drop it in here, so it's like easier. And you don't have to worry about going into remove.bg because the background is automatically removed as soon as you're done. So that's nice. Now I'm just going to resize it like this. Like this. Just kind of move it a little bit. If you guys already know my cropping method, then you should already know the cropping feature, the cropping method I showed you. The cropping has been around for a while, so if you're new, I will put a video on how to use Google Slides if you're new to Google Slides, and this is something you have never seen before. Unfortunately, I will not make a video. I really don't want to make a video of how to use Google Slides. I'll put like a different video from another creator how to use Google Slides, and you could watch there, and then you could come back to this video and you should know and understand it after. Anyway, I got distracted there. So after you added your Bitmoji, you're going to come back into Google because we are going to add another image. So go to transparent cartoon bubble, and it's just this transparent cartoon bubble where you'll see on cartoons, if you watch any cartoons, you'll see like a whole bunch of people inside of a cartoon using so much of that cartoon. So I'm going to use something like this, and I'm going to drag it over to the website, which I will link this in the description of the video. It is remove.bg, remove.bg if you want to call it that, but since you guys don't like it like that, I'll make it easier. So anyway, once you have this, you're going to right click, copy image, then you're going to go back into Google Slides. So you go back into Google Slides, I use Control V or Command V, so I'm going to Control V that and make it look good. Now I'm going to resize it, not to make it too big and not to make it too small. Just like so. This is what it's supposed to look like. Now it will be a little bit cropped out as soon as you put it into like presentation mode. So this is what yours is supposed to look like. We will add the audio in a little bit here and the website. Now I'm going to show you one more website and where I got, and I gotta pull it up really fast. There is this wonderful website I find all my nice no background images, and I recommend you look for that website as well because it's a really good website and I absolutely love it. You might love it too. Hold on, let me wait for this to load. I'll come back when it's loading. Well, here it is. So this is the image. It is the school rules image, and where you can find this is what I'm going to show you right now. Let me go to that website and show you. And yeah, let's go. I am going to loudly and proudly say this is the best website I've ever seen in my entire life, and it is called domainvectors.org. Yes, it is the website's name, but it's also the URL. So I'll put that link in the description. And oh my gosh, you don't know how long I used this. I've used this for over 2 to 3 years now, and it's just I don't know how to really explain it, but it's just like it's really awesome, and it's one of the best websites I've ever seen in my entire life, and I would love to use it again for this video. So to get started, what we are going to do is we are going to search here. So where it says search here is where we are going to search our nice beautiful image. I already have it searched right here. This is what you're going to search up. And since I already have it searched, I'll just click it. What I'm highlighting is what you're going to search up. It is called Classroom Rules. Once you're done, you're going to hit the enter button. And excuse me for talking super duper fast. So I'm very, very sorry about me talking so fast. So yeah. So I'm kind of waiting for it to kind of load for me. Now these are all these beautiful different options that you choose from, but I am looking for mostly the school rules image, is that's where I got it from. So all I'm going to do is right click on that image because if I drag it, it's not going to work and it won't be supported. So right click, copy image, go back into your Google Slide presentation. I'm kind of waiting. So go back into your Google Slide presentation. You can use Control V or Command V to paste, or you could just right click and then paste it. So there you go. There's our image right here. Right now, I'm just going to here it is. So grab one of the corners and resize it to make it look like this. I'm going to resize it a little bit more. It's like this, and this is what your image is supposed to look like. So these two links I have shared earlier in the video is what I'm going to put in the description of the video, so stay tuned for that one if I ever post this. Anyway, so now it is time to move on to the next step. Now this is the part where I want you to copy and paste it. So if you see this is where I'm going to give you I'm going to give you access to this link. Hold on. I'm going to give you beautiful access to this wonderful Google Slide. So what to do in that Google Slide if I do give it to you? What can you do in there and what are the steps? So when you go into your Google Slide presentation, this is what I want you to do. So if you see this rug, click it. That is it's able for you to you can go ahead, you could click on this, copy, Control C or Command C, go back to your Google Slide presentation. When you use my template, you're gonna paste it right there. Sorry. So you're gonna paste it like that. Make it look just like that. So I'm just kind of showing you. Or you could just right click and paste it if that doesn't work for you. So there you go. So when you copy and paste an image, it's automatically positioned to where you want it to be. So as I did that, it's automatically positioned, but you can change the position to whatever you want. Just don't make it too small, right? So this is what the Google Slide is looking like, and honestly, I absolutely love it. It just looks a little more, basic. Now it is time to officially get onto this audio. So I'm actually going to take this out of here. Just put it on top of her head. I don't think it's a big deal. Okay, so and then we'll add the other stuff. Now we're going to add our audio, and I have this beautiful website where you can record all your voices. Let's go. This is the beautiful website, and oh gosh, like I reacted to that other website earlier, I think this is by far the best. Okay, this website is called Vocalo.com, and this is a website where you can record your very own voice or your very own voice. Like I said, you can also record audios, and this is just, I recommend this for if you're going to make a Google Slide presentation and you want to add your own audio, this is the website I want you to go. I'll put this link in the description. Now let's get on to it. So, how this works. You might be wondering, how does it work? So if you want to start with recording your voice, there's this red icon with the microphone. You're just going to click it and you can start recording from there. I'll show you the download process as soon as I'm done recording my voice. I'm just going to kind of demonstrate it to kind of show you what it will look like if you were able to do it. So let me hit the record button, and also make sure if you click here, make sure that you have all your permissions onto your microphone so you're able to hear everything you say. So I have my microphone on as per usual, of course. So I'm just going to click the red here, and I'm just recording. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna stop so I can do it again, and I'll record. Good morning, teachers and staff. Students, of course. Welcome. Please sit down and wait for further instructions. If you have any questions, please ask them now. Otherwise, when class starts, you ain't gotta ask me no more. All right. Have a great day. Now, I recommend you hit that play button to make sure that your audio is actually working. So if I hit play, good morning, teachers and staff. It will work. I mean, students, of course. Welcome. Please sit down and wait for further instructions. If you have any questions, please ask them now. Otherwise, when class starts, you ain't gotta ask me no more. All right. Have a great day. Okay, so now that you have tested your audio, what you're gonna do now is you're gonna hit save and share. Now you could do this, you can scan a QR code, you'll need a mobile device. You can embed it in websites or blogs, or you can do one of my favorites, download it, and you could also copy the link or delete it if you don't like the audio. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to hit the download button. Where is this gonna go? Like where do you think this audio is gonna go? This audio is gonna go into my Google Drive. So I'll show you Google Drive in a little bit here. So let's go to download, and it's automatically downloaded inside of your computer. So once your audio is downloaded on your computer, I will take you guys to Google Slide, going this way. Let's go before we're late. Oh darn, you beat me to Google Drive. Oh my goodness. You're so fast. Alright, so you have this wonderful Google Drive website. So I actually have a folder where it says audios slash videos. That's where I get all my audios and all my videos from. Which I'll show you how I get all my videos. But I can't show you how I download them. So this is Google Drive, and all you have to do is to put all your audios in here. Go to New, File, Upload. Then you're gonna have to find your audio, and hold on, I will have to do this manually or whatever. Anyway, so if I go to downloads, and this is the one I want, I'm going to open it. You have to wait a few seconds for your audio to be downloaded. So that's why I'm kind of waiting. Here it is right here. Now, you can scroll down, and I'm going to right click, and you don't have to do this, organize and move. So I want to move this to my file, and you don't have to. If you don't have a folder, you don't have to do this. But if you have a folder, you could do this. This is optional. You don't really have. Okay. Now, when we go back into my Google Slide presentation, you'll have to scroll a little bit if you were to have one. But in this case, oh baby, we have everything around here. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Insert, Audio. So insert audio. It's gonna open to my drive, whoever's sharing, and some of your recent ones. And this is the one I have today, so I'm just gonna click that and click Insert. That inserts my audio. Yay, we have an audio. And I do want to say, for those of you that stayed in this video and you're still watching, thank you. I know I'm not ending the video. I'm just like saying, I do thank you for watching. Okay, so yeah, let's continue. So yeah, when you have your audio, oh, do not make it too big. Make sure it fits on your transparent cartoon bubble. So on your cartoon bubble. So yeah, this is what it's gonna look like. And before you do this, you always have to test out your audio to make sure that you can hear the audio. You'll have to do it at your separate time using your settings, and you'll have to change your settings and all that. So the audio playback is on automatically. You could always have it on click or automatically. Now I want to show you guys something, and this is something I absolutely recommend and you really need to listen to. So here we go. When you hide this when you hide this icon, and when you present, it's not going to show the audio. Yes, it'll play the sound, but it's not going to show the audio. You can have your volume go all the way down to all the way up. I never really turn down the volume, or you can just type it if you don't want to. I'm gonna put it at 80%. That's pretty good, right? Or I can have it at 70. Doesn't matter. Now, when you hide this icon when you're presenting, like I said, this will not show your audio, but it will play that audio for you automatically if you do set it to automatic or on click. But if you do not show the audio, if you do not show the icon, you can still click it. To loop the audio, when you click this loop audio, it loops after one time it plays the video for how many seconds you recorded, it loops it all over again. And this is just something I just hate for my students. And I just feel so freaking bad for them. It's just, oh, I just can't. Stop on a slide change. So when you turn this off, that audio is going to replay as soon as you switch slides. It's going to automatically play all over again and over and over and over. So I recommend you toggle this on. When you stop, this will stop the entire like talking. Like all the talking will be stopped as soon as you change slides. So that's why I recommend you keep that on. Now the drop shadow is automatic. All you have to do is just click this check, and there you go. You have your shadow just like that. And I think it's pretty cool. So here we go. This is what it looks like, and you could always play your audio outside of your slideshow, which is this button right here. You could always play it like this. Good morning, teachers and staff. You could always do that. Do whatever you want. So if you want to do any more of the background and all the decorating, you could if you want, but I won't in this case for this video. So now we are going to move on. Oops. So we're going to move on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me wait for this to load really quick. Say if you don't want to go on my template and you want to just do a whole bunch of changes to my template, that's fine. It's yours. Have it. It's free. At least I'm not charging. So you could always add your cute little backgrounds and all that stuff, like I said. So don't need to worry about that. Now let's really move on. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to create this beautiful, wonderful select of choices. So it's just different dates, like it's basically Monday through Friday, and you also have a dance party. You also have a little message that says what's today day, and you have your little Bitmoji. To create that, we'll have to go back into our Google Slide presentation, which has literally no title, duh, and we're going to click the plus to create a new slide. Now, for the background, we'll change it to like a color. I'll show you. So first, let's remove these text boxes from here. So we'll just do that and hit delete. Now we're going to go to background, choose image, Google Images, and then we're going to type in, well, actually don't go to Google Images. We're going to actually just go to background, choose a color. I'm going to choose more of this color here, more of this lighter-ish gray. So I'm just going to click done. Now I'm going to go to shapes again, and you got a whole bunch of selections you can choose from, but for this purpose, I'm going to choose this rounded rectangle. It's a rectangle, but it looks like a circle. It's like a little bit rounded, because a circle is round, like a rectangle, but it's a little curved. So I'm going to kind of do this just like that. Then I'm going to duplicate this a couple of times. Well, not yet, because I have to do all the formatting. So the text, the font, I'm going to choose, and that's what I choose. The font I chose was Anton, I think. Anton, I don't know. The size is going to be increased, so I'll change the size to 26. Now I'm going to go into my border color and I'm going to go and click on the black, go to my border weight and choose 2 pixels. Now for my fill color, I'm going to choose more of this very not so dark red, just more of a neutral red like this. So that red right there. Now that you have that all done, we're going to duplicate these 5 more times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, let me see. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get one more. That is 6, actually. We're going to get all 6, and now we're just going to have it perfectly, yes, like I said, perfectly. We're going to have it perfectly aligned to where I want it. And we will change that in a minute. So, yes, you might see that this is not aligned as we want it. So we'll change that. I'm just kind of showing you what it will look like. So it looks like this. We're going to resize it. Right click. Change align horizontally. You could do left, center, or right. Please do not do center. Vertically, we could always put it in the middle, but it's not gonna look good. Distribute horizontally. Distribute vertically. Never do that. So if you want to just keep it and you just want to like change your sizes, that's fine. But I think I'm gonna keep it like this. Yes, we have it in the same one, but it does not mean we can change the color. So we ain't gotta do anything because once we do that, we duplicated it and we ain't gotta do all that formatting and stuff. We just gotta change the color. So for the fill color, we're gonna choose more of this orangey color. So this is the orange. Maybe I can go ahead and create a custom color. So I'm gonna create a custom orange. So I'm gonna choose this orange. More of that orange, maybe like this. Here is the hex code if you need it. It is FFBC78FF. That is the hex code that I'm using for this orange. Now I'm going to click OK. There you go. Now it looks more of an orange. Now for the same ones, you can do yellow, so more of like this sort of yellow, green, blue, and purple. What these represent and what these mean, these are all just colors of the rainbow. Like, it's like Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. It's like that. Roy G. Biv is the colors of the rainbow. So yeah, remember that, okay? So now it's time to add our dates, which is the text. So all I'm gonna do is just type in Monday through Friday and the dance party here. So I'm gonna do that. Type in the different dates for each one. And since the word Wednesday, so since Wednesday is one of the longest weeks, because it has a lot of letters, make sure you have the right size, because if you do, let me see, for example, if you do the size 38, it's not going to fit. So I recommend you do the size 26. So 26. So 26 is the recommended size, or if you want to be like me and you want to maybe resize it for maybe a little bit. I'm actually going to do the default size, which is just going to be, it's not really default, but I'm just going to make it the size 29. So yeah, now we have Thursday and Friday. Okay, just like that. And also, we cannot forget the dance party. Okay, now that's what it's supposed to look like. We are now going to add our Bitmoji. So like I said, really early in the video, I have to rewind it, where I had all my little Bitmoji images from. You'll have to create an account or log in if you have created an account before. Now this should pop up in your recents. So where I got this is type in question, and it's the second thing. It's the second thing right here. All we're just gonna do is drag it over and let it do its thing by creating the image. All right, and then now we're just going to kind of it go align. So what this reddish does, it's like the margin. Well, it's not really a margin, but it's like how you want things centered inside of a Google Slide presentation. I'm gonna size it, and it does change colors. So like red, then you have like more of that color. It's like more of this. So I'm just gonna kind of resize it like that. Now I'm gonna go to my shapes, click callouts, and use my text, because what I'm gonna put is what I'll show you. Here it is. There's what it's supposed to look like. I'm going to resize it a little bit like this. Then I'm gonna rotate it, maybe flip it by right clicking, rotate, flip horizontally, and have it flipped so that I can make it look like that I'm having it talk to me. So you'll have to play with the size a little bit to get to whatever you like. So I'm actually gonna do this. Then I'm gonna go to my fill color and choose more of a white color, and I'm gonna go to border color, choose a black color, the border weight, and I want it to be 2 pixels. Now I'm gonna say this respectfully, and I've gotten this in like a year ago. A year ago, I had a comment that said I was talking way too fast. Well, there's always a way you can change the speed of my talking. Yeah, you can change the speed of my talking. I don't think it's a big deal. I'm not mad. Why would I crash out about that? Anyway, so now we have our beautiful thing here. We're gonna now put our text inside of the little text bubble. So we're gonna put in what's the date today. That is absolutely something that you should really ask your students every single day. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to show you a font I recommend you can use. I use Calibri, and I think I use one more. You could always use Annie, use your telescope, but I'm going to use Calibri. Calibri is what I'm going to use as my font choice. So now this is what yours is supposed to look like. And when we add the links, you'll see. Also, like when I go in here and I do this is what we're going to do next. We're going to make this simple, and this is actually pretty easy. So I don't think we should have like a big problem about it. We're just going to be doing a lot of searching and all that stuff. Okay, so here we go. Let's go back into our Google Slide presentation, and we're going to click the plus. We're going to delete the text box. We're going to delete it. Yeah, delete it by hitting backspace or just right clicking to delete it. Go to background, choose the color. I'm going to choose more of a darker gray this time, so more of this gray, like that. Now I'm going to go to insert, image, stock and web. Hopefully I can find all my searches. So transparent TV, just remove the word window and just replace it with TV. But if you can't find a non-background image, we'll have to use the website again. So hold on, let me just delete these. Okay. So we're gonna type in on our web, transparent TV. Now we're gonna go to images. And I'm kind of searching the one I want. So transparent TV PNG. PNG is like a remove background. Now you could always get something similar to what I have. So this right here is the one I'm going to use. Now, before we do this, make sure you have did this, and I never did this. So go to Tools, Color, Transparent. Now you can find all your searches easily, just like that. So like it's literally that easy. Now we're gonna kind of do this here. So we'll do this. I'm kind of waiting for it to like load on me. Or you could just right click if you think it's not gonna load. Just right click, copy the image, go back into your Google slide presentation. Sorry, my thing is like so laggy today. I don't understand why. And you're gonna go and paste it by right clicking or to paste, or use Control V or Command V to get this image. Now I'm going to resize it to make it look big enough, like this. I'm gonna lower it down a little bit so when I add my text, I'll have enough space. So more of this, like that. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. So we can insert our video there, but I'm not going to do that in this video. You'll have to find your own videos. Now we're gonna go into our shapes, click shapes again, rounded rectangle. When we drag it, that's something. Okay? Alright. Now we're just gonna kind of wait for it to like color everything. Now we're gonna go into our color. So we're gonna go to fill color. We could choose any of these light colors, but I like to go to what I have color coded. So I'm going to choose a light red like this. So it's this one right here. I'm gonna move this down a little, maybe resize TV. It's like way too big. Why is it so big? Okay, now we're gonna insert our text, and I actually like this because you get to like have fun with the size and the font. So we go to fonts. You could choose any font you want. I'm gonna use Anton, and I'm going to size this to 60. Okay. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go to my three dots, which is the more option. Click align, center. I'm actually going to make this a little bit smaller so it's not like too crazy and it's not too big. I actually have it the size, I'm going to have it the size of, I'm going to have it the size of 55. Now I'm going to go into my text color and choose a default black. Now I'm going to type in my text. In this case, I'm going to type in the day. The day. Monday. I'm actually going to do this really quick. I have my color here. I'm going to go to border color, choose the black, border weight, 2 pixels. I did that really quick. Now the font I use to like import the text, I'm going to make it the size 18 for my font size, and the font I use is Roboto Mono. I'm going to go to more, and I'm going to go to align, left, up. So then I could just like put in like what this description is all about, and just like that. My image is done. So yeah. Sorry. That is something you could put in. hold on. So this is what your image is supposed to look like. Sorry, I'm back. I was just something else in the background. Okay, so this is what it's supposed to look like. If you want to change it up when you use my template, go ahead. You can do that. Now we're just going to kind of do the same thing, but just kind of duplicate it. You don't have to do any more. You just have to put in the date, change the colors, do all that. So to duplicate, you could right click and duplicate the slide, or if you're like me and you're just more of a lazy person, Control D or Command D to duplicate this. I'm going to do this 4 more times until I have at least 5. And now all I'm going to do is just change the day. So we got Monday, Tuesday. We can change the color to more of an orange, which is this color. Wednesday, we'll use this color. This color. Oh, that's way too light, way too dark. I mean, way too bright. This color. Thursday. Oopsies. We'll use not the font. I mean, we'll use this color. And last but not least, Friday. So yeah, Friday. We'll use this color. Yes, this color. Oh, this color was better. Okay, so yeah, when you have all your dates, this is what it's supposed to look like. Now, the last thing we are going to do is we are going to add our dance party. And I did mention this, which is the dance party. So let's go ahead and get onto it. So all I'm going to do is click the new slide presentation. Again, delete the text boxes from earlier in this video. Delete the text box. You already know by now, since you watched this video. Thanks. The background, choose a color. I'm gonna choose more of this dark gray one. So it's not too dark like I did here, but I don't think it's a big deal. I think this one's fine. Now I'm gonna put in some text because I do want to say something inside. So I'm just gonna do that and type in this. Okay, so when you have your text, you can put whatever you want. But I'm going to Control A or Command A to select everything to this text in general if you don't want to do this. So Control A or Command A to select. I'm going to resize it. Not too big, but I want it to be at least 30 or something. 30. That's good. Now the font, I'm going to make it this. The font is actually pretty optional. You really don't have to choose the same font as me. But if you want, I ain't forcing you. So we'll go to our fonts, and I use the teacher one. So when you see this little arrow, we can choose how we want our text. So if I want it extra bold, sometimes it could take a little while for it to load. If I want it extra bold, I can have that. But it's just when you use the bold to really have it pop, really have your text pop a little bit. Have your text really pop, we'll have to change the text color because it doesn't look popping right now. It looks like it's popping some grits. Okay, so we hit the text color and we're just gonna use black. Now it's really popping. It's like popping a piece of gum or something. So yeah, this is supposed to look like, I don't know why it's so way up. Why did I do that? But yeah, this is what your image is supposed to look like. This is kind of what I have, and I know it's a little basic, but I'm just kind of, alright, that's fine. Now for our big video, let me actually do this really quick. Okay, for a big video, you'll have to find on YouTube, but I actually have it on Google Drive, so I'll pause it and show you. I'll be right back. Okay, So I got my video. Where I got this from, I got it from YouTube. I just searched up dance party on YouTube and I dropped it into my Google Drive, downloaded it. It was in my files and all that. That's what I did. And that's where you could find this video on YouTube. Just type in dance party on YouTube. This is literally all you have to do. You could pause this video and search it up right now. Then come back as soon as you're done. Alright, now we're going to resize it to our liking to make it look good. Make it act more mature. I don't know. I don't know the right words today. Ignore me, please. But yeah, this is what your video might look like. You could do a little bit of resizing, going up and down, left and right, whatever you want, yada yada yada. So yeah, this is the beautiful dance party, and I know it's very, very basic. This whole slide, these slides, period, are so basic. Like, I could do some more decorating, but that's my format, and this is how I do this. You could do whatever you want in my template. You can change anything you want. I don't care what you do. Like, you can even change this too. You can even add anything you want in this. Like, I mean, come on. Anyway, now the last thing and the very last thing, the last thing we are going to add is we are going to add our links. So what this does is if we add our links, this does, when we click on the shape, it'll take us to that slide or website. So let me show you an example. For example, so if I click Monday and I like to use Control K or Command K to open up this beautiful link page. And when you click slides in this presentation, it'll show you the amount of slides that you have in your presentation. You also have next slide, previous slide, first slide, last slide, and all your slide numbers. We're going to have it be specific, so I'm going to take this to slide 3, and you could do this for each one. All you have to do is click on your shape or image or whatever, use Control K or Command K to open up the link, go to slides in this presentation, and start linking all your slides. Now I'm going to pause this video to link those since you already know how to link all your slides. I'll be back when I'm done linking them all. Okay, I am back and I have all my links linked to the right page. Now if you do not link all your slides to the correct slides, what this does, if you click on the slide, it's not going to link correctly. So this is just a warning to please, please, please link all your slides to the right page. Okay, now we have our slides linked. It is time to test it out. And before we do that, let's add a text. So to add a text to our little Bitmoji classroom, all we're going to do is we're going to go to text box to add our text, and we're going to move it right here, just like so. And what I'm going to type, I'm actually going to make this the size 24. I'm going to change the font to Teachers. Go to my text color and change it to black. You could use bold, you could use italic, or you can use the underline, whatever you prefer. Or if you want to highlight more details, I recommend this yellow or this green. Like yellow and green, I recommend to highlight any important information. So this is what I would put in. If I were to start putting in whatever I want, I'll put in agenda, because that would be my first thing. Double enter it, so enter twice. So enter on your keyboard, and you can type in whatever you want on here. Just make sure you put agenda. So put agenda. So agenda, then you have to kind of space it a little bit. Space a lot. Go back to type in. So it will be, so when you click agenda, you'll have to space a lot. There you go, there's your cursor. I'm going to put in today's date. So 4/16/25. April 16th, 2025. There you go. Now you can do your double spacing or double entering. And you put whatever you are assigning your students. Now I recommend you also use bulleted points. So to do that, I have a little trick. Instead of using the three dots, going to more and just clicking it, there's also how you can get the bullet list. It is Control Shift 8. So for Mac, it would be Command Shift 8. Mine, since I'm on a Windows, it will be Control Shift 8. And you just type in whatever you are assigning to your students. Just kind of just make it be specific, be designful, be very mindful of what you type in. So yeah, that's how you add a text for your Google Slides. And yeah, that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys really stay for this. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to be notified every single time I post a brand new video. And as always, stay positive and stay happy. Bye, guys. And remember, stay positive and stay happy. Bye, guys. See you later.